Hello and welcome to Birmingham, Alabama, as Potros FC returns to action. This time on the road, we're here on site to bring you the match for today. Potros is currently sitting at the top of the table. And apologies as we have the game camera a little bit frozen at the moment. Looking to get that corrected. Apologies. Hold with us for one moment as we get our camera back up. As you wait, listen to the announcements from the stadium. And here, as we get ready for the teams, again, on site here in Birmingham at George Carver High School. A very nice facilities from the home team in here in Birmingham. Two teams at different ends of the table. Birmingham currently sitting at the very bottom, while Potros currently sitting at the very top. As we get ready for the final walkouts, there was a UPSL Division I match right before this that ended a little bit late. So as we get ready for kickoff, Christopher Oranga here bringing you this match to all the Potros fans around the world, mostly based in Atlanta, did not make the trip out here to Birmingham. About a 2.5 hour commute. Birmingham looking to try to get out of the relegation spots. They've been down near the bottom for most of the season. Potros looking to secure a home seat in the playoffs and potentially fight for the title. Right now it's currently out of their hands as Kalanji Pro Profile has 2 games in hand. They need Kalanji Pro Profile to drop points in order to have a chance at the regular season title. Regardless, this game will be a chance to prepare for the playoffs. We'll be right back to bring you the kickoff in just a few minutes.
Everybody.
Getting ready for kickoff, the final handshakes, the final words shared. Teams will have a quick huddle, get some final words in before this match kicks off. Potros FC, 4 changes to the starting lineup from Frankie Ruiz today, and some changes on the bench as well. Evan Greenberg returns to the starting lineup after missing out last week. Latrell Bradshaw will be the one to drop to the bench. Making out the rest of the defense, Kwesi Paul, who got the game winner last week. John Engel gets his second start of the season, as well as Omar Barrow, Cameron Verona in goal. Benjamin Uranga, Augusto Del Rio, and Christian Watson get the start today in the midfield. And up top, Mark Bino, Darinho, Nazario, and Bomio, the league's leading scorer, and Sean McKeever back in the starting lineup for Potros after being benched last week. On the bench today, we've got Latrell Bradshaw, as we mentioned just a second ago, Branderban Hernandez, Ben Miller, Spencer Van Buskirk, Brendan Fry, Jimmy Lee, Noel, Pedro Lima, and returning to Potros after a few seasons out, played with Life University is Manuel Carrillo, one of the top scorers in the club's history. The top scorer in the club history on the field today, Mark Binot, Darinho. He will be starting on the left-hand side today. Sean McKeever on the right. It appears to be that way as we get ready for kickoff. Potros starting with a lot of players on that line, looking to be aggressive from the start. FC Birmingham looking like they're in a standard 4-3-3 to start this match. We saw in recent matches they played a little bit more defensively with 5 in the back. Now they're starting with 4 in the back, probably trying to find more opportunities as we kick off here. Watson gets us underway all the way back to Paul. Now with Omar Barrow. So quickly getting players into the attacking half. A long ball over the top early on. Looking for Del Rio in the box, but the flag comes up for an early offside against Del Rio. But you can see Potros' intent there from the very beginning, trying to get behind the lines. Birmingham going to be looking perhaps to play more counter-attacking. That's what they've tended to do this season. But we'll see as this game goes on how they shape up. Maybe a change in tactics after poor results last week, holding the lead for most of the match against Georgia Athletic, only to fall in the final minutes after conceding on a corner kick. And then a late winner in the 93rd minute from Georgia Athletic kept their playoff hopes alive. And they keep their playoff hopes alive after they got an impressive 5-0 win today against Dalton United. Birmingham will be facing Dalton United next week as Greenberg, trying to get out of a tight space, ends up playing it off of the Birmingham player. But Paul will let it roll for a goal kick. You will notice that compared to a lot of the fields at this league, we are playing on an American football field with the lines of American football, except the goal will be placed about 5 yards into the end zone. We typically see it on the end of the field, so we'll make the field slightly shorter than most of the fields that we're used to playing, so about 110 yards long instead of 120. We'll see. Some players will have to make the adjustment. They have to focus on the red lines, the red soccer lines, and a long ball looking for it. Bomio over the top finds his feet from Paul, and Bomio going one-on-one, has help coming in. And Bomio decides to drive into the box himself, gets it across, but just off target that time, does not find the goal. But an early shot there from Potros, and Bomio trying himself from a tight angle, didn't get enough on it to test the keeper. It'll be an early goal kick. Augusto Del Rio and Christian Watson, new entries into the Potros roster after joining the team last week against Georgia Athletic, were pivotal subs in that game to get the start today. Brendan Fry started last week, will drop to the bench today, as well as Jimmy Lee Noel. So a little bit of a different look. Both college players from Life University and Oglethorpe University coming to reinforce this Potro squad as we get close to the end of the season. Barrow trying to play the ball forward, in between two Birmingham players, and now a chance for Darinho to get the ball forward. Here's Del Rio into the box, cuts inside. Del Rio! Goal! Goal by Potros. Augusto Del Rio, Bebol, getting a goal early on after the pass from Darinho. Two club legends, you could call them at this point. About 150 games between the two of them, combining there for the opening goal in this match. Potros with an early 1-0 lead in the 4th minute of the match. And the pressure is on for Potros. They're going to try to solidify their spot at the top of the table for another week. Oranga winning it back to McKeever. Has Greenberg coming forward. Greenberg falling in the process. No foul called by the referee. Now Birmingham's going to find a way to play out of their own half. Long ball looking for the striker. Paul gets to it first, and Del Rio plays it back to Barrow. Del Rio playing forward again. Here's Mbomio. Ball played into the box. Here's Mbomio. Apologies, that is McKeever. No, that is Mbomio. Mbomio tried to play it across to Oranga, cut out by the Birmingham player. Now Birmingham playing it forward. Paul not letting him get forward. Kwesi Paul with an amazing performance last week out against Georgia Athletic. Very strong defensively. Got the winning goal in the 82nd minute after a missed penalty by Nazario Mbomio. And ball back into play. Finds Bebel in the midfield. Bebel playing it across to Kwesi Paul. Paul, a tough ball into the middle to Watson. Now Greenberg's pass is cut out not once but twice. And now Birmingham with a quick pass is trying to get the ball forward. Comes off of Bebel for a second. But Birmingham back under control. Decide to go back this time. Looking for options in the middle. Does so, flicks on. Can't get the ball forward. Here's Engel driving the ball forward. John Engel. Keeps still Engel into the box. Engel looking to cut in. Goes to his left and set to the outside. In the process, went down. The Birmingham player went down with him. But it came off of the Birmingham player according to the referee. Shouts, I believe, from both teams wanted a foul there, but referee decides nothing either way. So we'll have the first corner kick of the match. Bebel coming over, the goal scorer in the 4th minute. A nice finish from him in the top corner. Watson wanting the short pass, decides to go long instead to the back post. Oranga gets up but can't redirect it towards goal. It'll safely go out for a goal kick for Birmingham. Thank you to everyone who's joining us today as we bring you this match on the road here in Birmingham. A tough match for Potros, always a tough match against Birmingham, but so far taking the lead early on. We will see a big gap between the two teams in the rankings, 17 points separating the two. And Birmingham have quite a tough schedule to finish off to try to avoid relegation. They've got to take on Potros today. Next week, they've got Dalton United, who's historically one of the top teams. Replay of last year's playoff match. Although Dalton not looking so great recently. Bad clearance there from Paul. Barrow comes back to it, but a shot from outside the box. Oh, and that one was nearly in from Birmingham. But a mistake there from Paul as he cleared it directly through the center. Was cleaned up. And apologies for the camera movement as we're trying to get the camera stabilized. Some complaints of the game ball as they switch out with another one of the Voigt balls. Some complaints across the league about the Voigt balls not being the best quality, but we continue on today. Verona's ball forward almost fell to the feet of Darinho. Darinho's going to try to keep it in. He does. Still Darinho down the line. Has a chance to put a cross in. Does so. Looking for McKeever on the far side. A touch from the Birmingham defender. Just put it off its path. And now Birmingham with a chance to counterattack. Ball played through the middle. Pressure from Potros forcing Birmingham to go back. And now they'll try to go long. Barrow brings it down. Now Darinho with some space. If he can get past one, he'll be in the box. Has the overlap from Bebel. Bebel gets the cross in, but to the hands of the keeper. So far, Potros with the better of the chances, but Birmingham came close just a few minutes ago to coming back into the game. Coach Frankie Ruiz having a great season, looking for the 7th win of the season. And a fact here for all the fans at home, that goal from Augusto del Rio Bebel in the 4th minute was the 500th goal in Potros history for all competitions since the club started in 2018. So congratulations, Augusto, on getting the 500th goal for the club. In addition, another statistic here, that goal now puts this season level for Potros as the highest scoring UPSL Premier season getting the 26th goal of the season. And one more goal would break the record for the highest scoring season. A great accolade, as you can see, some very strong attacking options on this Potros team. Darinho getting the ball. Goes through the middle to Bebel. Bebel with pressure. Quick turn. Still looking to try it, but has pressure. Does well to keep possession. Now still turning with it, but now to Darinho. Darinho now going to switch out to Paul. Now you can see this field is a bit narrower than most of the fields, but forces Potros to have to play quicker through those tight spaces and looking a little bit more for vertical passes, as we saw Paul just attempt there, but unsuccessfully. Potros, the first team to mathematically secure playoffs, although some changes, some other teams might grab a spot this weekend, and the playoffs will start to shape up with 3 matches to go for most teams. Throw in for Birmingham here. Mark Binot got the assist for the goal. Hasn't been on the scoring sheet as often as we were used to seeing him, but has been a big contributor in creating goals this season instead of finishing them. The additions of Nazario and Bomio has taken some of that weight off of Darinho, allowing him to be more creative and playing more on the wing instead of through the middle, which we saw last season. Playing back on the wing where he's played for many of those games, making his 98th appearance for the club today, all competitions. Still sitting at 49 goals in the UPSL Premier Division. So if he can get a goal today, that would be a great milestone for him, for Darinho, to get his 50th Premier goal. But he'll settle with an assist so far in this game as Bebel now tries to get the ball forward. Finds Mbomio, has Darinho with him. Now Darinho, from a tight angle, just needs to try to keep it in play here, and does so, but goes into the hands of the Birmingham keeper. Unfortunate to not be able to create another chance. The pass from Mbomio was just a little bit too wide for Darinho to be able to cut in. Long punt from the keeper, falls to the head of Engel. And now Birmingham controls in the Potros half. A quick 1-2, almost releasing the wide player. And now Bebel will settle this ball, go back to Barrow. Now Paul Uranga coming back to get it, connecting with Barrow. And you can see Potros really taking advantage of having a narrow field to get their center backs very wide, allowing the outside backs to push up higher. They don't need to give as much width. And here's McKeever trying to get the ball forward, but runs into the Birmingham defender. Watson winning it back in the midfield. Quick pass from Uranga to Bebel, the goal scorer. Back to Engel. Engel starting today on the left, giving a break to Latrell Bradshaw, who started there most of the season. Bit of rotation from Frankie Ruiz. We also see a ball into the box from Greenberg. Here's Bebel again. Wide to Darinho. Darinho. Bebel. Still Bebel trying to find Mbomio. Plays it. Picked out by the defender from Birmingham. Greenberg puts a cross into the box. Darinho gets up and can't get his head to it, and would not have mattered if he did because he was in an offside position. So as we were saying, Frankie Ruiz rotating his squad a bit. Pedro Lima, another one who started most matches on the left-hand side, drops to the bench today. Gets a little bit of a rest, a little bit of rotation for the players. Especially as we go into the playoffs. Want to avoid injuries, want to keep players in form. Ball played long. Goes over Uranga, falls to the feet of Paul, who will play it back to Verona. Verona with some pressure on him. Gets it to his right foot. Switches it wide. And Watson tried to win it. He was held. Free kick will be called in Potros' favor. Here's Greenberg. Quickly back to Paul. Paul's going to try to navigate from the back. Watson on the ball. Watson, who got the game-winning assist last week off of the free kick late in the match. Has impressed Frankie Ruiz since coming into the team. Here's Engel. Does well to keep the ball in play. Now a quick throw, looking for Bebel. Bebel gets through 2 players. Still Bebel into the box. Played across to Watson. Watson's shot blocked. Greenberg not able to control, but still continuing. Flicked on by the Birmingham player. Now Greenberg's down, and now the Birmingham player will go 1v1. Paul does well to clean up the play. Plays it off of the Birmingham player to win the throw. Greenberg there on the attempt to keep the ball in play was poked off him. Lost his footing as he was near the sideline, and now kind of rubbing his leg. I think he might have stepped in a hole. You can see there are some holes there on the far side of the field. As he tried to probably keep himself on the field, he probably stepped in and lost his footing. And Bomio not able to control there. Here's Greenberg. Thought about going back, but decides to go forward instead as he didn't have any pressure. Now McKeever nearly goes away with it. Birmingham still trying to play out. Now they'll switch it. Engel is there. Back to Barrow. Barrow with pressure. 2 against him. Headed forward. Flag stays down. Uranga gets across with a nice tackle. Still Birmingham continues. Ball blocked. Bounces to the middle. Blocked again by Paul this time. Now cleared by Greenberg. Watson trying to come away with it. Has Uranga with him. Greenberg. Paul. Wide to Engel. Does well to keep it in. Looking for Darinho. Stepped across to block it. The Birmingham defender. One thing you can see that Frankie Ruiz has really instilled into this team is that when one player makes a mistake, and we reset the throw in, not sure what happened there. But one thing that Coach Frankie Ruiz has instilled in this team is that when one player makes a mistake, everybody reacts very quickly. We saw there as Barrow lost the ball, the reaction from the midfield and the team was very positive. Uranga getting back quickly to block the shot. And they don't blame each other. They don't keep their heads down. So one of the characteristics of this Potros squad that we've seen throughout the season. Here's Darinho. Darinho with pressure around him. Does well to keep possession. Wide to McKeever. McKeever looking up for the ball. Looking up for a pass. Still McKeever. Nearly gets through, but the ball falls wide to Watson. He has targets in the box if he can get some space to cross. Now he does. Ooh, to the front post. Great work there from the Birmingham keeper to get his hands to it. And Bomio a little slow to his feet and actually says it will come off of Mbomio. So it will be a goal kick. A dangerous ball there from Watson on the far side. A little bit of a confusing situation there as the ball was played in by the keeper. Uranga tried to jump for the header, got some contact from the Birmingham player. Play continued on, and then the ref called a foul against Potros. So a little bit of confusion there. Ball put into the box. Barrow wins it. Won't be able to keep it in play this time, so it'll be a throw in for Birmingham in a deep position. Perhaps a long throw. We are on a narrow field. Not too far from the sideline to the box. We'll put it in. Paul's going for it. Bounces. Trying to clear. Now McKeever gets to it. Played forward by McKeever. I'm sorry, by Watson. Nice skill there from the Birmingham player, but gives it away to Darinho, though. McKeever trying to play it quickly to Mbomio, picked out by the Birmingham captain who clears it into Mbomio. Now McKeever. Saved by the Birmingham keeper, played out for a corner. McKeever still looking for his first goal of the season. Has 4 assists. Has been a key contributor this season. When he starts and when he comes off the bench, has made an impact in both cases. Gets the start today, but still looking for that first goal of the season. Maybe a chance here on the corner kick. Plenty of targets for Bebel to look for. McKeever already there. We know that Darinho is a good header of the ball. Uranga, Barrow, and Kwesi Paul coming forward as well. Kwesi Paul, who got the goal last week, might be the main target to look for. Bebel looking to add to his assist tally, the all-time leading assister for Potros. Puts it in. Barrow gets to it. Headed to the back post. Cleared off the line by the Birmingham player. Watson trying to control. Has pressure. Able to turn. Still Watson. Flicks forward to Bebel. Bebel keeping it in play on the far side. Gets past one. Looking to put a cross. Gets it to the front post. Blocked by the Birmingham player and another corner kick. Bebel with another chance to get an assist. Has 26 all-time assists. The number 1 in the club's history. That one came off the Birmingham player as it was played right in front of the goal mouth. Very dangerous area. Darinho calling to get John Engel involved. Chance there from Mbomio. What a save from the Birmingham keeper, keeping Mbomio from his 13th goal of the season. And now another corner. I believe this is the 4th or 5th corner. Fortunately, it's a one-man broadcasting team here today, so not able to keep stats as we normally would on our home matches. Speaking of, join us next week as Potros will take on Fountain City FC at home for the final home match of the regular season. Again, Potros trying to secure a home field playoff match. Bebel with the cross to the front post. Flicked on. Now here's Paul. Blocked off the line by the keeper. Still loose in the box. And eventually poked out. The decision is a goal kick. Nearly a goal there from Kwesi Paul. Has 2 goals this season. Both off of set pieces, as you would imagine from a center back. Yesterday's winning goal also got one in that bizarre goal against SSL a few weeks ago. With that indirect free kick that was called. A little bit of confusion, was cleared off, but the referee on the field said that it had just crossed the line. Now the goal kick played forward by Birmingham. Flicked on. Uranga there to cover, but gets it all the way back to Verona. Now Verona clears. Looking for McKeever, but wasn't able to get back on time. And again, that's one thing that you deal with when you play on a narrow field like the one here at Carver High School. A big step up from previous FC Birmingham facilities. Loose ball falls to Bebel. Connects with Watson. Has pressure all around him. Tries to get out of it and is forced to play the ball out of bounds instead. You can see Birmingham a little bit more used to the narrow field and how they get 4 players around the man with the ball, knowing that if he tries to find the outlet, that there's not going to be a lot of space. So they're able to cut down those spaces in the middle very quickly without much danger of opening up the field. Now Bebel doing well to keep possession still. One of those players that just seems to have the ball glued to his feet when he's on it. McKeever looking for the switch. Darinho getting across, but Birmingham coming away with it. Birmingham giving the ball away in the middle again. Here's Darinho. Wide to Mbomio. Mbomio looking to get into the box. Goes himself to his left foot. Flicks it on. Another great save from the Birmingham keeper. Denying Mbomio once again. But Potros will have another corner kick. As we reach the final 20 minutes of this half, you can see the bench of Potros getting ready. Some regular starters and some big key players on that bench today for Potros. Latrell Bradshaw, Pedro Lima, Spencer Van Buskirk, Danny Morera, Jimmy Lee Noel, Brendan Fry. All have been starters this season. Branderman as well. Here's Watson. A little bit of a miscommunication, but still Watson wins another corner. And then, of course, the return of Manuel Carrillo on the bench, the second all-time scorer of the club. Has not played for the club in many years. I believe his last season was the spring of 2022. So 3 years since his last appearance for the club. Taken quickly. Del Rio getting it to the edge of the box. Across to the back posts. Nearly goes in. Chance here for Birmingham to have a counterattack. Has a player coming forward. Tries to get it through to him. Barrow's there. Clears forward. Watson trying to control. Has pressure on his back. Good work there from Birmingham to cut off that ball. Paul getting up. Falls back to Watson. Again, Watson battling for the ball. Birmingham able to flick it forward. Paul once again. But they say that a foul was created, I believe, by Watson. I believe the foul was called on Watson late, not on Kwesi Paul. So referee tried to look for an advantage, saw that Paul won that second ball and came back for the foul. Birmingham players thought the foul was on Paul, which is why they were complaining about not being able to play quickly. Cross into the box, goes all the way to this near side. Not able to keep it in play. It will be a goal kick for Potros. Unfortunately, as we mentioned just a few minutes ago, we've got a one-man broadcasting team out here on the road in Birmingham. So it's just myself, which means we will not have our instant replay system in place today. So one of the Birmingham players needing some attention stepped off the field. I believe some blood on the hand. And we're currently in a delay because of the ball falling behind the fence. There's no ball boys available. And I believe there might have been another game ball that was missing. So we're looking for a game ball to get the game back underway. We did see earlier in the beginning Verona replacing one ball. We don't know if that was the regular game ball or another ball that got put into the field. Here's a chance for Birmingham as they win it back here. Shot from the edge of the box. Easy for Verona to handle. 16 minutes left of regular time. A long ball played over the top by Verona. Taking advantage of the shorter field today. Trying to get McKeever free there, but Mbomio coming back to try to win it back. Good work from the Birmingham player playing forward. Birmingham with a promising attack, but Barrow going to make it difficult for him. Continuing is Birmingham. Cross. Oranga there to clear. Birmingham starting to threaten a little bit at the end of this half. They're going to look to put a cross in. We saw last week against Georgia Athletic a similar position. They went down early in the match and came back and scored 2 before halftime, so they look like they're turning on the Jets a little bit here. Cross in. Paul gets up. Falls to Mbomio at the edge of the box. Tries to get it forward to McKeever. Now Greenberg. Oranga. Oranga wins the ball back as the Birmingham player got tangled up as he tried to step across. Oranga went around him. Still Oranga. Looking for the long switch. Long ball falls to the feet of McKeever after the head from Birmingham. Now Mbomio back to McKeever. McKeever can't control that one though. Cleared by the keeper. Paul. Referee explaining to the Birmingham captain why he did not see a foul against Oranga a few minutes ago, saying that he stepped around the player, and in the process, the player got tripped up. He didn't move toward the player. Here's Watson, gets tripped. Angle. Getting the cross in. Oranga up, but keeper does well to get in between. Gets his hands to the ball. Ball bounced. Second ball falls to the Birmingham player. Paul winning another ball in the midfield. Now McKeever has Greenberg coming forward with him. Greenberg with a heavy touch in front of him allows him to get a chance to cross, but too close to the keeper. We've seen that throughout this half. A lot of these crosses falling into the hands of the goalkeeper, just putting the cross too close to the goal mouth in order to get a player onto it. It's a little bit difficult to get crosses right when the narrow field. Paul heading back to Verona. Barrow. Bebel hasn't been as involved in the last few minutes. Oranga trying to play the ball forward, picked out. And again, another issue right now with Potros. With this field being narrow, forcing to play long, and those balls haven't been very good. Referee announcing to the team that if you use your hands to win a header, he will call a foul. It's very difficult not to use your hands as a player. You know that you have to know where the player is in front of you to protect yourself, so you got to put your hands to know where he is. Doesn't mean you're pushing or taking advantage, but this referee does not want hands at all. So hopefully we don't have any head injuries because of players not putting their hands to protect themselves. Long throw from John Engel. Especially if a player is backing up into you, you don't want them to jump backwards into your head. So You got to use your hands to create a little bit of distance to protect yourself. Here's Watson. Push down, no fall. After the referee just talked about hands, 2 hands on the player, no call. So perhaps he means only on. And now a foul called against Barrow, who won the ball. Quick word with Frankie Ruiz, I guess, with a disagreement on a call. Now ball's back into play. Ball forward for Birmingham. And now a handball called against Barrow. Assistant referee was the one who flagged for it. So the last couple of minutes have been very referee heavy. Either not calling, making calls or making calls. But teams got to keep focused and know that the referee's decisions are just part of the game. A chance here for Birmingham on the free kick. Goes quickly. Verona going to quickly, easily catch that one. Did not need to wait for the wall to get set up. Tried to catch Verona off on the back post. Verona was aware to it. And now he'll go long. Here's Mbomio. Mbomio can't get it over the keeper. Mbomio nearly getting Verona his assist. Here's a chance for Darinho trying to play the ball forward. Picked out. Darinho with that second ball. Handball called. Quickly taken by Darinho. Here's Mbomio. And again, some more frustration with the referee's decisions. Again, need to keep focus in the match. Oranga trying to play quick this time. And that one also goes straight to the keeper. So a little bit of lack of focus right now from the teams as the referee's decisions have been taking a lot of their attention. They'll need to get regrouped. Long ball flicked on by Birmingham. Paul now has pressure, but does well. Oh, but still a chance here for Birmingham. Tries to get it across. Verona does well to grab that one. Verona really wants his assist. He's going to try to play it forward again. That one was too high. Here's Oranga. Oranga playing the ball forward into the corner. Nobody there. Nice ball forward by Birmingham. On the front post, into the hands of Verona. Here's Barrow. Looking to try to calm the game down a little bit. Here's Paul. Goes forward to Mbomio. Mbomio's flick on is going to go into the feet of the Birmingham player. McKeever winning it back. Nearly winning it back, I should say. And now another chance here for Birmingham coming forward. Nice move there from the Birmingham player going forward. And another free kick from a dangerous position. Free kick over the wall. Never came back down. 5 minutes remaining in this half plus added time. Here's Paul. Comes to Barrow. Wide to Engel. Engel tried to go himself and lost possession. Here's Engel. Can't find Watson's feet. Watson wins it back. Oh, but a foul called against him. Played quickly. Here's Birmingham. They've looked dangerous these last 10 minutes. That one given away to Bebel. Bebel to Watson. Watson back to Engel with pressure. Birmingham using the home field advantage to their advantage, as it's in the name. Making the field very small for Potros. Greenberg winning that one back. Trying to release McKeever. Ball just too long, and the Birmingham player gets to it first. But now Potros has an opportunity to get into the attacking third. But the throw-in is given to Birmingham instead. Actually, a foul called against Mbomio. Ball to the middle, foul called against Bebel. Here's Bebel, the goal scorer. The only difference in the match so far. Greenberg. Back to Paul. Paul's ball given directly away. So cheap giveaways has really been the change of momentum in this match. But Darinho doing well to win that one back, but only as far as a Birmingham player. Now Watson's called for a foul. Bebel flicks it onto Darinho. Darinho trying to get forward. Plays it through to Mbomio. Mbomio trying to get it wide to McKeever. McKeever, can he get to it? McKeever gets to it. Gets around the keeper. Taken out in the process. And no call. No call made there from the referee as McKeever got taken out at the edge of the box. No call on that play as McKeever just got taken out by the keeper. Looks like the decision will be a corner kick. No, the decision is a goal kick. So I can understand if the ref said that the keeper made a save. And now a yellow card will be shown to Frankie Ruiz after the referee completely. So unfortunate there from McKeever. Nearly got his first goal of the season. No call on the keeper, but now the play continues on. Orango winning that header. Here's Darinho. Bebel playing it forward to Watson. Watson with a lot of space in front of him. Can he get a shot away? Goes to his left foot. Defender from Birmingham getting back to it. And a foul called there against Watson. Don't think we got an indicator of added time yet. Paul winning that header, but still Birmingham being well at winning the second balls today. That's going to be an... No, the flag stays down. Tries to go into the box, and now will be a corner kick. So more frustration from the referee's decisions, but still needing to stay focused as Birmingham continues to put the pressure on. I believe he said 3 minutes being added on. Cross into the box, headed down, comes off Uranga, cleared by Bebol. Playing forward, won by Birmingham. Darinho with a nice turn there. Can release a player forward if he has the right pass. There's Darinho. Plenty of space, a 2v1. Across to Mbomio. Mbomio goes for the shot, saved. Rebound falls to Darinho at the edge of the box. Darinho! Goal! And there's Darinho breaking the record for the highest goals in a single season, getting his 50th goal in UPSL Premier and extending his lead at the top of the all-time scoring charts for Potros. Darinho, Mark Vino, the legend of Potros, doubles the lead just before halftime after a frustrating half for Potros. Lots of decisions that made them lose focus, lots of mistakes in the middle of the field, but they come away with a 2-0 lead just before halftime. Regardless of that, a quick counter that played to Mbomio. Mbomio's shot was saved. Darinho was there in the middle to pick up the rebound and slotted it away, as we've seen him do so many times for Potros. The 501st goal now in club history goes to none other than Darinho. Here's Bebol. Bebel trying to find a third before half, tries to get it forward to McKeever, but don't think it would have counted either way, as I think McKeever was in an offside position. Keeper tried to play quick. Angle was there, and now we'll play back to Verona. Verona taking his time. Now picks up the ball. A few seconds, we believe, left in this half. Verona trying to get the players forward. Goes long. Falls to the feet of McKeever. His touch falls to Bebel. Bebel trying to use some skill to get through. Greenberg. Played forward. This time Mbomio coming wide. Tried to get the ball back, but the pass was too close to the center. Throw in for Potros, probably the last play of the half. As Bebel and Greenberg connect. Here's Greenberg again. Puts a cross in to the front post. Oh, what a save there from the Birmingham keeper to deny Darinho from his brace. Very close shot effort. Just feet away from the goal. Just at the edge of the six. And an amazing reaction save there from the Birmingham keeper to keep it at 2-0. Corner kick for Potros. Play continues on. Already into the 5th minute of added time. Perhaps a couple minutes added after the goal from Darinho, which came late in this half. Bebel going to collect the ball again. No ball boys here today. The goal scorer of the first goal, Augusto Del Rio Moicarsal. Looking to put a cross in. Behind Uranga, McKeever with a chance. Win for the acrobatic. Watson comes away with it. Watson coming out wide and putting another cross. Keeper gets to it. Good hands from the Birmingham keeper, and that will bring us to halftime. Potros with a 2-0 lead going into the break. A frustrating half with some mistakes in the middle, some referee decisions that were contested by the team, but staying calm, avoiding the goal against, and being able to go into the lead with a 2-0 lead at halftime. We'll be back in about 15 minutes to bring you the second half of action. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back as we get ready for the second half. Potros FC getting an early goal in the half from Bebol, Augusto del Rio, and one just before halftime from Darinho, Mark Bino, as we get ready for second half. Although the 2-0 lead, it was a bit of a frustrating half for Potros. A lot of giveaways in the middle. Birmingham had some momentum and pressures, especially in the last 15 minutes. A lot of frustration with the referees' calls and decisions and management of the game, including a yellow card shown to Frankie Ruiz. But they got the 2-goal lead. They'll have a chance to refocus. And as Taylor Swift said at halftime here in the stadium, they got to shake it off and look to come away with the 3 points. So we'll get ready for kickoff here. No changes at halftime for Frankie Ruiz. He has a strong bench with lots of players who have started throughout the season, but no changes just yet. They'll see if they can hold on to this 2-0 lead or add to it, or if Birmingham can come back and try to fight their way out of relegation spot. It's going to be a little bit tough for Birmingham. Their last 3 matches are against historically strong teams who are doing well this season. They've got Dalton United after this, and then they've got UMA on the final day. UMA, who's in extremely good form recently after moving up the table very quickly, getting an 8-1 win, a 7-2 win, and then a 2-0 win against Limeño last week. So 3 very big performances. They have Kalanji Pro Profile tomorrow. That one is going to be one to look out for, as that will definitely have implications on the title, on playoffs, home seed, and everything to follow. Likely be a preview of a playoff caliber match. Here today, still 45 minutes left to go in this half, in this game, as Potros try to come away with 3 points here in Birmingham, Alabama. Currently 6:13 p.m., about 75 degrees. Nice weather. Referee gets his final checks. And here we go with the kickoff. Birmingham getting us underway this time. Going back to the defense. This is Christopher Waranga traveling to Birmingham to bring you this match for Potros. We will be back home next week. A giveaway there as Sean McKeever gets it, but a miscommunication between him and Mbomio. Both players left it for the other. And Mbomio now getting it back. McKeever trying to get into the box, pulled in the process, but continues to play. Mbomio, here's to Watson. Watson looking for an option. Decides to go back to Waranga, but had pressure, and the Birmingham player comes away with it. And as Birmingham broke through, Greenberg and the Birmingham player had a bit of a collision. Referee tried to give an advantage. No intention on the foul, but it is a foul nonetheless. And so now Birmingham will have a free kick, but nearly a chance there to take an early lead, but a little bit of miscommunication between the players. And Mbomio and McKeever both leaving the ball for each other, then eventually getting it back, and then Watson tried to find an option and ended up playing it into the pressure. So Watson on his first start, not having the best of matches so far, but we saw him last week off the bench, made the difference in the game, so still plenty of time to get into this one. The throw-in from Greenberg falls back to Birmingham. Barrow, we did see Watson have a long talk with Frankie Ruiz at halftime, so I'm sure there might be some confidence issues as this is his first start from the young 19-year-old. That one for Darinho was looking for Mbomio, but got picked out. Here is Watson trying to win the ball back. We've heard great things about Watson. We've seen great things from him already in the short time that he's been with the club, but still looking to get his footing into the team and really be the impact player that he's brought on to be. Here he is on the ball. Watson continuing. Tripped and fouled in the process. A free kick for Potros. Christian Watson recently joined the team. Plays for Oglethorpe University. Been a player to look out for to help Potros as they get ready for playoffs. Playoffs have been secured. A win today will put them one step closer to getting one of those top seeds. And we might see the return of Manuel Carrillo soon as he comes off the bench, as he's off the bench warming up. Bebel and Waranga over it. Waranga goes for it. Into the hands of the keeper. Tried to find the back post. Now Birmingham with some space in front of them to try to counter. Tried to go direct to the forward. Found him, but the touch was difficult for him to control. And Engel does well to lead that one out for a throw. Here's Verona. We saw in the first half the difficulties to play through the middle because of the narrow field, so long balls like that one have been played. And a foul called against Christian Watson. We see Watson has drifted out to that left-hand side on the far side from our view. And Darinho has come more central. Birmingham, we expect on pretty much all the free kicks that they have, will look to try to get it forward as quick as possible, as they've done all in the first half, and looks like they'll do here again. So there goes a long ball played forward, looking for a flick on, but only Barrow's the only one there to win that one. Now Bebel with some space, has Greenberg coming forward. Greenberg tries to go into the box, but directly into the hands of the keeper, and we saw that as well in the first half, so continuing some of the same things as the first half, which is playing those balls forward. Oranga winning that free ball, trying to put it back in the path of Mbomio, but picked out by Birmingham. Oranga now picking that one out. Here's a chance for Darinho. Darinho chipped into the box again, into the keeper's path. Those balls into the box have not been great for Potros. Again, we talked about the fact that this field is very narrow. They don't have as much space as they're used to playing. As that long ball goes, and John Engel wins the first one. Second one falls to the Birmingham player who's going to bring the ball forward, looking for a chance to put a ball into the box. Has to go back. And now they'll get a different angle. This time it is chipped into the box, and similar to what we've seen from Potros, the same thing happens on the other side. The ball into the box falls to the hands of the keeper. Here's Greenberg. Greenberg's ball to McKeever was not able to be controlled. Birmingham looking for an outlet. Has pressure from Potros. Forced to go long, and Bebel is there to pick it up. Quickly into the box to Mbomio. Mbomio by himself trying to find a shot. Goes wide to Greenberg. And Greenberg's cross was dealt with well. A throw in now from Potros in the corner. And we will now see the reintroduction of Manuel Carrillo, who will replace Christian Watson. So one reinforcement replacing the other, as Christian Watson's day will be done for today. Manuel Carrillo, the club's second all-time scorer. 3 years, we believe, since the last time he's played in a Potros jersey. Back on the field. Plays with Life University. Looking to add to his goal tally. Greenberg's throw to the front post. McKeever flicks on. Giving Greenberg another angle. His touch is a little heavy. Uranga was there to pick it up and gets fouled in the process. No card on the play, but it seemed like a bad contact. A little hard to see from our angle. The exact type of contact that was there. Uranga definitely felt it. He's back up on his feet, though. But Uranga did get to the ball first, and it looks like the Birmingham player left his leg. Not as much force, which was good for the safety of Uranga, but definitely a foul. Bebol looking to put a cross in. Has a good angle. Has runners coming onto it. Chance here for Mbomio on the back post. Another amazing save from the keeper. Mbomio again. Comes down to Barrow. Barrow with a tight angle. Goes back to Bebol. There were shouts for handball in that play, but nothing was given. Bebel still in the corner. Can't get through the Birmingham player, and they win a goal kick. Another amazing save from that goalkeeper of Birmingham. He's just not allowing Mbomio to extend his lead at the top of the scoring charts today so far. And Mbomio's going to feel hard done by, as he's had now 3 really great opportunities to score, being denied by this Birmingham keeper. Darinho as well had one in the first half. Goal kick sent. Uncontested win from Birmingham, but the ball forward is going to fall to the hands of Verona. Quickly played forward to Greenberg. Sean McKeever. Looking for Mbomio. The pass is a little too short. Second ball falls to the feet of Carrillo. Gets his first touch. Darinho. And couldn't keep it in play, but true Potros fans will remember that link up between Darinho and Carrillo for so many seasons. The two of them linking up with so many goals and assists between each other. A blast from the past as they link up again today for the first time in a few years. So here's a ball into the box. Mbomio tried to leave it for McKeever, but Birmingham was able to clear before McKeever could control. That one played off of Bebel for a Birmingham throw-in. That Bebel, Augusto Del Rio, Manuel Carrillo, and Mark Binot. Those three players. So many games between them in Potros colors. Here's Augusto Del Rio. Quick feet to create some space. Carrillo. Wide to Angle. Darinho, quick play there with Mbomio. Across to the back post. McKeever still waiting to break his goal drought. That one from so close. Not able to keep it under the bar. But he still continues to knock on the door. Has been a top scorer in this league in previous seasons with other clubs. Not able to find his goal tally on official competitions yet for Potros. Was one of the top goal scorers in preseason. Although that doesn't count towards the official competition stats. Does have 4 assists this season, Sean McKeever. Angle there to win that header. Now Carrillo has a chance to control and get it to Darinho. Darinho cutting into the middle. Oranga has pressure. John Angle. Carrillo. Carrillo trying to find Darinho in the middle. With a little bit of luck, ends up going to Darinho. Now Del Rio wide to Mbomio. Mbomio's touch away from pressure. Couldn't keep it in play. Mbomio joined the club in the middle of the season, scored in every game since he joined until last week, where he had the chance to score a penalty kick and missed, hit the crossbar as well in that match, and today has had 3 really good opportunities denied by the keeper. Here's Mbomio again. Wide to Carrillo, tried to bring it into the box, but his touch was too heavy and will go for a goal kick. A little bit more urgency in this half from Birmingham to get the game balls back into the game. In the first half, we saw a couple of delays due to missing ball boys and having to chase balls to get it back in. Of course, with a 1-0 lead for Potros, Birmingham felt if they hold on to the 1-0 until late in the match, then maybe had a better chance. Whereas now with the 2-0, it forces them to be a little bit more proactive in trying to get back into the game earlier. Here's a chance for Birmingham as Oranga lost his footing. Birmingham forced backwards by Potros. A missed touch from the Birmingham player goes out for a throw-in. Darinho looking for a quick throw. Gets it to Mbomio. Mbomio has 4 players in front of him. He'll need to be good to beat them. Good work there from the Birmingham player to protect that ball from Mbomio. Darinho blocks the ball forward. Oranga's touch falls to McKeever's feet. Now McKeever coming forward. Has Mbomio in front of him, but he's offside. McKeever will try to go himself instead. Now he'll change the angle here wide to Greenberg. Greenberg going forward. At the edge of the box, can't get it across. And goal kick just ran out of space there from Evan Greenberg, the right back getting forward. McKeever saw Mbomio in front of him, saw that he was offside and tried to get in himself and did well. And that's what we've seen from him all season. Although he hasn't scored, he's created a lot of opportunities that way. His ball carrying skills, his work rate to help on defense has been really good. Just haven't been able to finish one for himself. And now we see another substitute getting ready for Potros. It will be Jimmy Lee Noel. We'll see who he's going to replace in a few minutes as he gets his final equipment ready and substitute getting prepared for that one. Here's Uranga. Wide to Darinho. Back to Uranga. Bebol. One-time flick to Darinho. Darinho goes into the box. Tripped in the process, but no call. Went down a little bit too easy in the ref's opinion. Half an hour to go in this match, plus any added time. One sub made for Potros as Manuel Carrillo came into the match. Goal kick for Birmingham goes long. John Engel winning another header. Been really good in the air today. The left back started in right back last week, giving a rest to Latrell Bradshaw. And that will be the end for Sean McKeever. And the introduction of Jimmy Lee Noel into the match. Potros winning the ball back. Forward to Mbomio. Darinho making the run forward. Has a chance to go into the box. Darinho looking for his brace. Another great save from this Birmingham keeper. If it was not for this keeper, it could be many, many goals today. And very good work from this keeper. Now Verona's going to let that one go into the box. And he'll pick that one up. Ball thrown forward to Greenberg with a lot of space in front of him. Played quickly forward to Mbomio. Mbomio back heel to Noel. Noel to Bebo. Bebo back to Noel. Chance here. Back to cross the goal. Keeper can't control it. Mbomio. And a no call. Potros wanting another foul there. They said that Mbomio was pulled down as he tried to redirect it to goal. We did see him go down. A little hard to tell what put him off balance, if there was a hold, but no call from this referee. Does not seem like he's interested in any decisions inside of that penalty area today. Although we do believe he missed that one in the first half when the keeper came out clattering into McKeever. We did watch the replay at halftime, and that one was just a missed call. Here's Del Rio. Wide to Noel. Has Greenberg to help. Goes himself instead. Put into the box in a dangerous area. Headed back. And that one's going to go into the goal. An own goal from Birmingham. Cross put in by Greenberg. He'll get the assist on that one. And that's the 3-0 for Potros. You put them into those dangerous areas and anything can happen. Potros getting their third goal here in Birmingham, solidifying their lead. Still time to play, about 26 minutes remaining, plus added time. And the defender from Birmingham tried to deal with the bouncing ball. Looked like he was trying to send it for a corner or perhaps back to his keeper. Ended up putting it over the keeper and into that back post. Nothing the keeper could do about it. Just a mistake. And you got to feel for this Birmingham team being at the bottom of the table. We know that they're a well-run club. They've got nice facilities this season. We've heard of the difficulties that they've had to be able to secure this facility. They've done things well. But unfortunately, the results have not gone their way this year. It's going to be a difficult one. They still have an opportunity. Even if they can't get anything from this match, they still have an opportunity in the final two matches. But they'll need results to go against other teams, and they'll need to get results themselves. They're currently sitting at 4 points. To get out of the relegation, they need at least 8 points at this point. Although they may need more than that if other results don't go in their favor. Looking like relegation is just inevitable right now. But here's Birmingham going from the kickoff, going all the way back to their box and sending it out, just allowing Potros to get back into the attack. Completely unforced errors. But it just seems that this Birmingham team just does not have much in their tanks. Physically, as players are going down asking for subs, they don't have many subs. And mentally, they look defeated. It's going to be very difficult for this Birmingham team at this point. Potros, on the other hand, continuing to play strong. Although they've had a frustrating match, they're up with 3 goals. You can see the frustration from the Birmingham players again. This free ball to Bebel. And playing it out once again. And looks like a yellow card will be shown to a Birmingham player for dissent, we believe. I'm not sure what they were asking for there, but there was shouts from the Birmingham players for some decision. Play continued on. The referee now showing the yellow card. Here's Greenberg. Quick balls with Greenberg and Darinho and Carrillo. Now Noel. Still contesting here in this near side. Birmingham player gets away with it. Going to try to clear now. Does so successfully. Barrow controlling it back to Paul. Going to go all the way back to Verona, trying to stretch the field. Verona going long. Not able to keep it in play. And we'll see another substitute get ready for Potros. But not yet, as Birmingham put the ball back into play. Birmingham trying to play out from the pressure. Finds the outlet on the far side. Game's not over. Here's a chance for Birmingham. Ball put into the box. Has to go back out. Now finds a teammate. Darinho there to pressure. Wins the ball back. Can't get it forward. Birmingham again. Uranga now winning the ball. This time given back to Birmingham again. Tackle there from Carrillo. Can't win it. Still the Birmingham player moves forward himself. Keeps going himself into the box. Greenberg is there. Gets it out for a corner. As Spencer Van Buskirk lines up on the halfway line ready to come into this match. We'll see who he replaces in a few minutes. Don't think it will be on this corner. Also, Latrell Bradshaw getting ready to come in as well. Corner kick for Birmingham. A chance to get back into the match. With 22 minutes to go, a goal now would give them a chance. Cross to the back post. Missed by the tall player, but second player wasn't able. Verona trying to release quickly. All the way forward. Here's Mbomio. Touched by the Birmingham player, will be a corner for Potros. So quick counter there as Verona from the corner played it all the way to the far corner. winning a corner for themselves, and we will now see Benjamin Oranga being replaced in the midfield, and Omar Barrow as well. So looks like we will see Spencer Van Buskirk and Latrell Bradshaw. We'll see where they fit into the field. And apologies, there's the entered players, Van Buskirk and Bradshaw. Bradshaw being called forward for this corner. Noel going to take the corner. All the way to the back post, Bradshaw. But the referee says that the ball left the field. So for the time being, it looks like Van Buskirk will fill in at the center back. We'll see as Bradshaw comes back from that corner if it continues that way or if they will switch up. But it looks like right now, it looks like that will be the change. So Van Buskirk filling in at center back for Barrow. Bradshaw coming into the midfield for Oranga. Carrillo bringing it down for Bebol. Here's Jimmy Lee Noel. Has Greenberg coming forward. Tried to play it forward to Greenberg. Not going to get to it. And again, just not able to use the field in the right way, as those balls forward have been a little too long. And again, it could be psychological and mental, as they're used to playing to the full American football field lines, and using that as a reference, you can think you have a little bit more space than you actually do when you're used to it. Now Verona going to clear that one. Only to a Birmingham player in the middle. Birmingham with a little bit of possession. Having to go all the way back to the keeper. Keeper's going to go long. Trying to find behind the Potros defense. Kwesi Paul is there to control it. Carrillo with his chest forward to Noel. Bebel now from deep. Going to try to release Mbomio, but again, a little too heavy, and the keeper will pick that one up. Ball rolled out for a throw-in, but referee said a handball before, so it'll be a free kick for Potros. Paul puts the ball back in play. Here's Van Buskirk to Bradshaw. Here's Verona. Van Buskirk again. Looking for Mbomio. Second ball falls to Del Rio's feet. Here's Greenberg. Greenberg trying to get a cross in, blocked. His second touch goes straight to the Birmingham player, but fighting to win it back. Here's Carrillo. Oh, but a foul going to be called against Greenberg there. Referee talking to some of the Birmingham players, not sure what's going on. Maybe one player stepped off, it seems, to get some attention. I think he's waiting to decide if he's going to be subbed or come back on. So looks like Birmingham will play one less man, but no, the player does walk back onto the field, so I guess was allowed. Bebo winning the loose ball. Here's Carrillo. The two Life University teammates linking up. Carrillo tried to find John Engel as he came forward from that left-hand side, but wasn't able to get it in play. Engel wins that one back. A ball forward by Birmingham. Bradshaw there to pick it up in the middle. Still Bradshaw gets fouled in the process. Ball going back to Van Buskirk. Bebol. Forward to Carrillo. Carrillo wide to Engel. Van Buskirk. Looking for the switch to Greenberg. Good control there. Forward to Noel. Can he keep it in play? No, he doesn't. Goal kick. Again, Potros struggling to adjust to the 5 yards difference on this field than what they're used to. You see the space in front of you. You see the colors of the grass. You think you have a little 5 extra yards, and the ball ends up getting played a little too long. Goal kick taken. Bradshaw wins it in the midfield. No Potros player there to contest in the second ball. But the Birmingham player not able to control in the first touch, and now Potros able to get numbers before there. Eventually the ball comes back to Verona. Played quickly to Greenberg. Greenberg tried to skip the midfield, tried to get it to Carrillo. About 15 minutes remaining in this half, in the match. A battle there in the midfield. Bradshaw still trying to get possession. And a mistake there from the referee crew as the Birmingham players ran into each other before the ball going out of bounds, and referees gave the throw to Birmingham. Mistakes happen. Play continues. Del Rio trying to win the ball back, but can't. Birmingham trying to find something in this match. Running out of time if they want to have a chance to come back. Although they haven't had many opportunities in the second half at all. Created a little more danger in the first half. It looks like Birmingham will make their final change in the next opportunity. But before they do, the play continues. Here's Van Buskirk. Forward to Engel. Engel now getting it to Mbomio. Mbomio going into the box. Still Mbomio. Gets the ball taken off of him. Darinho trying to get the ball forward. And now the substitute will be made for Birmingham. Believe this is their final change as they only had 4 subs. We just had 1 halftime sub. 1 forced change in the second half after the third goal. And we had another one in between that. Got the ball restarted before the referee was prepared, before the substitute was finished. And now the ball will be put into play. Darinho winning that one back. Bebol looking for help. Goes himself. Still Bebol. Gets it into the box. Mbomio. Took a deflection, will be a corner. And Bomio just not able to find the goals since 3 weeks now. Did not play in one of those weekends, but since his goal against Kalanji Pro Profile, has not been able to find the back of the net. Has come close many times. Ball played in by Del Rio to Noel. Back to Del Rio. Putting it across to the back post, left-footed. Bradshaw got up, but missed the contact with the ball, and it rolls out for the goal kick. Mostly uneventful second half beside the own goal. Coming from the Greenberg cross. Potros still have 3 substitutes available. Looks like Danny Moreda will be the next one to get ready. Paul. Van Buskirk. Was looking for Darinho. Birmingham player came away with it. Battle there, and Birmingham come away with it again, but now Darinho flicks it on. And the pressure has definitely been lower for Potros in the last few minutes. Not as intense of a pressure. Chance here for Birmingham. Blocked by Angle. It's going to be a corner kick. But you got to question the pressure from Potros right now as they definitely slowed down. And you would expect that with the substitutes that were made, that they'd be able to keep up the intensity. Corner here for Birmingham. One at the back post, but wasn't able to redirect it to goal. Will be a goal kick. And now we will see Moreda come in. Will replace Evan Greenberg. Evan Greenberg back on his return to the starting lineup after missing out last week on Memorial Day weekend. Was not available for the match. Got an assist today on the 3rd goal. And now Danny Moreda will come in and fill in on that right back spot, as we've seen him do before this season as well. Angle controlling on the goal kick. Tried to flick it forward. Birmingham once again winning the ball in the middle. Here's Birmingham again. Darinho coming back to win it. Called for a foul. About 8 minutes of regular time. Don't know if we'll see much stoppage time. We did have a few stoppages for some injuries to the Birmingham players, but nothing extensive as that one played into the box. Verona was able to pick it out. Here's John Engel. Ball played forward to no Potros player, and Birmingham returned the favor. Del Rio trying to find Mbomio. This time it gets behind. Mbomio, can he keep it in? Just does, but the Birmingham player right behind him. Noel looking to play behind. It's going to be too long. As Pedro Lima gets ready to enter the match, he's getting his final warm-ups in. He'll only get a few minutes today. Clearance from the keeper went to the feet of to Carrillo. Now Carrillo playing forward, but going to fall back to the keeper. Bebo's pressure forcing the ball out. Here's a chance for Pedro Lima to come in now. But might not happen this time, as the referee is still putting the board together. Here's Van Buskirk. Played forward to Del Rios. His touch is heavy. Kept it in play. Fouled in the process, but no call. Here's Del Rio winning it back again. Pressure on him again. This time chipped into the box and again to the keeper. Pressure from Mbomio. Forcing it to Noel. Carrillo. Not getting these balls into the box correctly tonight for Potros. Still holding on to a 3-goal lead. Long ball played forward. Van Buskirk wins the header. Bebel heads it down to Carrillo. Noel. Noel going himself. Plays it behind Engel, who can't keep it in. Referee not allowing the sub. Here's Morera. Getting his first real involvement in this match. Carrying the ball forward, looking for options. Now goes to Nazario Mbomio. Mbomio goes himself into the box. Pulled down. No call once again, as he was dragged down from behind as he tried to release the shot. Put him off balance. Won a corner instead, and now we will see Pedro Lima come into the match. Darinho with a goal and an assist in this match being replaced. The 50th goal in his career for Potros in UPSL Premier today. A milestone for the young Haitian who's been with the club since the start of 2018. Had some spells away, had some seasons off, but has come back. And play ready to be restarted, but no ball available. Hearing from the referee about 4 minutes left of regular time. And then depending on how the next couple minutes go, we'll determine how much added time. So play continuing in the meantime. Here's Del Rio in the corner. Cross into the front post. Again, Mbomio not able to flick it on, but Del Rio controlling here in the corner. Del Rio trying to find a chance to create a cross. Now Noel will put it in. To the back post. Nobody there from Potros. Header to the middle. Here's Carrillo. Carrillo shot blocked. And Branderman enters the match. He's nearing the top 10 all-time appearances for Potros. I believe he's at 49 today, maybe 50. We'll have to check the stats after the match, but close to entering the top 10. And Bomio not able to flick it on there. It comes back to him, Bomio. And Bomio's shot saved. Nobody followed up on the shot. A few minutes remaining in this time, regular time. Potros still looking for that fourth goal. Carrillo trying to control, ends up giving it to the Birmingham player, but wins it back that time. Here's Bebo. Forward to Lima. Lima across to Carrillo. Through to Noel. Noel across. Finish on the back post. Goal! John Engel coming forward from left back, getting his goal, his first goal in Potros colors. A nice play there from Potros. A little bit of panic as he stayed down after the finish, but now back up on his feet. Will make this match 4-0 with a few seconds remaining of added time. Potros with the opportunity to make this their highest win if they can get one more. But John Engel scoring for Potros, coming to the club on a transfer from North Georgia United. Gets his first goal for the club. And we'll try to take a look. 3 minutes going to be added in this match as we now enter added time. 3 minutes remaining. Can Potros seal off another goal, seal off the victory with a good addition to their goal difference? Here's Engel, the goal scorer of the fourth. A nice move there from Lima. Lima still going. A hard challenge there on Lima. Will produce, surprisingly, the first card of the game. As Lima was taken out late on that one. So Potros with no substitutes remaining. Lima back on his feet, which is good to see. Lima asked to leave the field despite a card being shown. We know that if a card is shown, they are allowed to stay on the field, which now he is waved back on. And the laws of the game do say that if a player needs attention from the trainer and a card was shown on the play as a result, that as long as treatment is done quickly, the player does not need to leave the pitch. I believe that was quick enough treatment from the trainer. So unused subs, Ben Miller and Brendan Fry, not able to get on the field today. But we always appreciate them coming out to support and being an option if needed. Free kick here in the 3rd minute of added time. We believe this is the last minute, maybe a little bit more time. Shot blocked. Was Lima who tried it. Throw in here. Angle on the throw. Going to be looking to put it into the box. Instead goes short. Now Engel gets it into the box. But no player there for Potros as the ball was too close to the goal line. Final moments of the match here in Birmingham. Carver High School. We thank you all for tuning in and watching today. Potros with the 4-0 lead. We believe there's probably about a minute left. Ball stayed in by Lima. Tried to play across to Bradshaw. Maybe a chance for Birmingham to get one back. But John Engel gets the 4th goal today and stops that attack there. Still Birmingham. Still pushing. Engel again in the way. Van Buskirk fouled. And that might just be the last moment of this match. Verona puts the ball down. Sees Mbomio. But Miss kicks it, but that will be the final kick of the match. And Potros will go home with a 4-0 win here in Birmingham. We thank you all for tuning in and joining us as we come on the road. We'll be back home next week to take on Fountain City FC. Thank you again for the support. Potros keeping the first place position going into next week. We will be back to bring you the next one. We'll likely bring you the one after that down in Columbus as we take on FC Columbus on the final match. But here we are, Potros 4, Birmingham 0. A great performance here as we get the final looks of this Potros team before they get ready to go home. A great performance. Goals from Augusto Del Rio, getting the 500th goal in Potros history, followed by Darinho, an own goal in the second half, and finished off by John Engel. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.